What's up everybody, my name is Daniel Sean Smith, the professional voice actor. Sorry for swinging by without an invite. And I am the voice of Spider-Man in Marvel Infinity games, and I'm going to be breaking down some voice acting tips to help you guys out on your voice acting journey. If you are trying to book an animation show or are interested in getting into voice acting, this video is going to break down step by step on my process, how I book this role, and kind of just finding the voice and getting into the headspace of these characters that I book. So again, this is for Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man in Marvel Infinity games, and let's get into it.
Power.
Marvel,
Muscle.
like, guys,
Might.
if my younger self 5 years ago
we've got it coming out
was
of our
told,
ears
hey,
here
you're gonna be working on a
at
Marvel
the
show
Infinity Game.
as Spider-Man,
Hello
my
and
head
welcome.
would explode.
I'm your host, J. Jonah Jameson from the Daily Bugle. And speaking of strength, my co-host is someone who has very little physically.
Hey, I'm stronger than I look. Hey, I'm stronger than I look. You know, that was look,
Parker,
finding the voice for Spider-Man, and again, we might have different vocal timbres. You might be someone that plays different types of characters. So, you know, whatever the case may be, is just really, it's trial and error. I didn't know right away when I started voice acting, oh, I can do Spider-Man, right? It was a lot of trial and error. I was auditioning, trying different characters out, and you know, you're gonna make mistakes, but you're also going to hit too. You're also going to find the right voices that are best suited for you. And again, it's all through trial and error. You know, for Spider-Man.
saw your footage from qualifiers.
Anyway, you know, I kind of like, okay, where does Spider-Man sound? He kind of, you know, I put him like right around here, Peter Parker. You know, this is usually how I talk as Peter Parker. Anyway. You know, my normal voice is right around here, and then Peter Parker kind of plays like right around here. So if you are creating characters, really try to pay attention to where you're placing pay attention to vocal placement. You know, if you're playing these big, deep characters, put your voice down in your chest, maybe even like lower down in your stomach, like right around here. Or if you're doing like high-pitched characters, in the head voice. Hi guys. Anyway, it's an all-out battle of Brawn with the super showdown. You know, really put it in the head voice, and then Peter Parker, I put it in the head, but also kind of to the right, super Battle of Brawn with the Super Showdown. So really just play with where you're placing your voice at. That's what I recommend when you're creating characters.
Battle of Brawn with the...
If you're interested in becoming a voice actor, I can help you out.
Come on, you can't just leave me hanging like this.
Hey, give that back! Birthday cake? Check.
Mordog the Eternal, your ass is mine!
So if you need help on how to get started or some coaching, go to the link in the description.
Super Strength Showdown.
The Super
The
Strength
crowd is
Showdown.
on the edge of their seats,
Super Strength
waiting
Showdown.
as reigning champion
And Peter
11
Parker,
years running,
you know,
the Incredible Hulk
he kind of has a
prepares
smile
to
on his
compete.
face a lot, right?
All eyes are on the big green
All
fella.
eyes are on the big
but there's
green
plenty
fella.
of worthy competitors. Each contestant
So
has to perform
when you're playing
an
a character,
incredible feat of
you know,
strength.
if they don't smile,
Then they'll be
don't
judged
put a
on
smile
three
on your
categories:
face.
power, difficulty, and style.
And
Style.
talk about heavy hitters.
Power,
this
difficulty,
year's lineup
and
is
style.
stacked with Hulk,
That's another
Thor,
thing too.
Tony
When you're reading off, when you're like reading a list, you know, each word doesn't have to be read
heavy
the same
hitters.
way,
This year's lineup is stacked.
right?
Or difficulty,
Like you can say
power,
power, right?
three categories:
Power, difficulty, and style.
And talk
You know,
about
really
heavy
play
hitters.
with how you're
This
saying the
year's
words. It
lineup
doesn't have
is
to be
stacked with
straight through.
Hulk,
Power, difficulty,
Thor,
style.
Tony Stark
Power,
in his Hulkbuster
difficulty,
suit,
and
yeah,
style.
the webhead himself, Spider-Man.
Well, would you look at that? Aunt May is calling. I gotta go.
Well, would you look at that? You know, you can play with elongating words too. It doesn't have to be, well, look at that. Well, look at that. You know, you can even add in a little chuckle if that is best suited for the character, you know. Well, would you look at that?
Parker? Forget
I
it.
gotta
First
go.
up is Iron Man.
Aunt May
who
is
beefed
calling.
up in his
Aunt May is
Hulkbuster
calling.
suit and goes for a classic bus throw. But wait a second.
You know,
is that,
because
upon
all
further
as
review,
voice actors,
it's
all
not
we see
Tony
is words on a
Stark. It's
page,
the
right?
Green
Like
Goblin joyriding
we have
in
to
the
create
Hulkbuster
things.
suit.
We have to
Looks like the judges are counting the throw
strengthen
anyway.
that
He
imagination
does well
muscle
with power and difficulty, but
and use
putting
different
civilians
techniques.
at risk brings
Use
his
whatever
style
you can
points
to make
zero,
the
giving him a
script
total
pop.
score of
Make the words come to
72.
life.
And it looks like
Add
Spider-Man
in little
is using
chuckles,
this
elongate
opportunity
the
to
words,
step
add a
up.
smile
He's
on your
caught the
face when
bus
you're saying the
midair
words.
for his heroic style points for saving a bus full of people.
Damn right, Spider-Man
didn't write
scored a
the rules.
93.
Wow, Jonah, Never thought I'd hear you say something nice about Spider-Man.
Wow, Jonah, never thought I'd hear you say something nice about Spider-Man. You know, you can even imagine someone you're talking to. You know, I imagine a boss. We've all had bosses that we don't really like or, you know, are not really fond of us. So you can kind of imagine someone that you're talking to like, wow, Jonah, I never thought I'd hear you say something nice about Spider-Man. You know, imagine someone you're talking to can help you as well. Basically, what I explained in these videos is use whatever you can. I just throw out a bunch of tools that you can use and use whatever you can that works for you and your voice acting. If a lot of these don't work, don't use them. You know, if we pick and choose what works and what doesn't work for you. That's why I make these videos, to kind of give those tools out and for you to take if you need.
I mean, he used his webs. That's cheating if you ask me.
Hey, it was really hard.
Hey, it was really hard
To watch.
To
It
watch.
was hard to watch him struggle like that.
You know, you can really play with transitions too. And what I mean by that was when he said, "Hey, Spider-Man's a cheater." Hey, it was really hard to watch. To watch, I mean, is what I meant. You know, in your auditions, that's something you can do, right? You can transition where, hey, it was really hard. Like transition your mindset. Like defensive. Hey, it was really hard to watch. Oh, I don't want to get caught. Defensive. I don't want to get caught. Hey, it was really hard. To watch. To watch is what I meant. You know, it really shift your mindset on when you're giving lines. Yes, it's in a live session and they can sometimes direct you, but a lot of the times that's not going to be in the audition script and you want to get the job. So really in your auditions, I recommend adding in ups and downs, you know, flare words, making certain words pop, transition, like I just said, transition your mindset on certain lines.
Is what I meant.
Weird. Anyway, Thor follows with his own electrifying entry. And for his feat of strength, he redirects a rocket mid-flight. I guess
because basically how I booked this role is, you know, when I received the audition, it was just, getting into the mindset of this character and then adding in different flavors of what I think Spider-Man would sound like. Like I said, I put the vocal placement right around here. He's kind of like shy and bashful, but he's also cool too. He's almost like Michael J. Fox in Back to the Future. You know, so just really gave my perspective, my interpretation of what this character would sound like. And that's what I recommend for all you voice actors too is do follow your gut instinct, because at the end of the day, you don't really know 100% what they want. Yes, they can give you clues and specifications on what they want, but you're still giving your own interpretation. So really go with your gut. Don't go, obviously, if your gut says, you know, something completely opposite from what what the client is asking for. You know, I'm basically saying play within the boundaries of what the client is asking for while going for your gut instinct, right? Just do what feels right to you, because that's, at the end of the day, that's all you really can do, right?
regular weights are for us mortals.
Thor scores an 85. And with
Thor
that,
scores an 85.
Spider-Man is currently in the lead.
Spider-Man is
But
currently in
looks
the
like
lead.
Hulk is
You know, add a
finally-
little joy too. Spider-Man is currently in the lead. Like if you're, reading for a character too, I always recommend doing external things like putting a big smile on your face. Spider-Man is currently in the lead.
Incredible Hulk.
So that's another example of me transitioning my mindset when I was giving that line. Spider-Man put up some impressive numbers, but the winner is the Incredible Hulk. It's not a big transition, but you can hear the difference, right? So really play with that. Don't read things so flat.
Infinity Games, folks, bringing the world together through competition, literally. Tune in next time for the Dinosaur Relay.
Oh,
Wait,
that looks
that's a thing?
That's a thing? Yeah, so guys, like I said, these are all tools that I give to you to hopefully help you out on your voice acting journey, whatever you can use. And again, I want to reiterate this. It's all trial and error. You're not going to know right away what you can play, what you can't play. But as you're constantly auditioning, as you're, breaking down characters, trying different voices, really honing your acting skills, the craft of acting, which is most important, you will then find these characters. You're like I said, you're not going to know right away, but the action of doing, you're getting better every time you are. And you may not see it yet, but I am living proof. Like, I'm nobody special. I started voice acting 5.5 years ago, didn't know what the hell I was doing, but I just kept doing it regardless of what I knew, if I knew what I was doing. But that the simple act of action and doing and auditioning and getting in the booth, that's what made me better. And I thank myself 5 years ago, like, thank you for just putting in the blood, sweat, and tears, because it got me to where I am today, a full-time voice actor. So if that's something you want to do, you know, I make these videos out for you guys. If you need any coaching, let me know. Like I said earlier, I offer voiceover coaching, not just coaching, but also consultation. If you need help on where to get started, where to go, whatever it may be, I am here for you all. But yeah, thank you all for watching. If you wouldn't mind, like, comment, subscribe. It really helps the channel out. And yeah, I appreciate everyone engaging with this. Add some comments in there. Let me know if you thought I missed anything. What do you think of Spider-Man or this show? Or if there's any voice acting hurdles that you're trying to get help with, let me know in the comments. All right, I'll talk to you all soon, and take care. Peace.